Thank you.
Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, so this is episode 60.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah, we're here, man. We're here.
Hold on.
We're moving.
Let me sit up for this one.
We're moving.
60.
Yeah.
Oh, Magnum's crazy.
Wait, do you want some?
No, I'm good. I'm
You need that?
No, I need it still after this week, fam. Oh my days.
Busy week.
Oh man.
Tell
So I was
them.
gonna. What was that? What was I saying, fam? What was I saying just before?
Oh, sorry, bro.
I was about to say something.
Oh yeah. So someone was telling me, and I kind of agree with it, that you know, when your child's growing up, their best years or the time where you can influence their life the most is up until I think between 8 and 10. So I think it was 8 that they said. Okay. So from when they're born till 8 is when you can influence their life, and then from then they now go off into the system, or not the system, but like off into life, because then they spend the majority of their time at school, and the influences are external. They're not from how you brought them up or anything like that. It could be from they've picked up certain behaviors from people at school, their friends, people in older years, school, teachers, or even just people that they meet in general. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do you think that's true? Like, or
I think as a parent, you've forever got an influence on your child, regardless of what age they're at.
I agree.
Even as a big man, say I'm 40 and my kids 20.
Yeah.
You're still gonna have some sort of influence on their life.
Yeah.
I don't. So for me, personally, I don't feel like the influencing stops.
Yeah.
Between at that age.
I was watching something here, and it was saying how, like, as a parent, you're always having to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it was talking about how, you see, our parents have had to figure it out, whether they had you at a certain age or whatever it was, because when you have children, there's an element of sacrifice with it. You're sacrificing what you maybe want to do or put on or are doing. You have to put something on hold for a couple of years until maybe you're able to pick it up again. Loads of different stuff. But ultimately, you're always trying to find a way to figure it out. So, like you said, up until a certain age, you might be able to teach them certain things. And then before you know it, like Sean said, you're going off into the world. And
Yeah. Do you know what's funny? Because I agree with all of you lots, yeah. And obviously I'm gonna be a dad soon.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking, right, like, am I gonna, like, the world is changing so much, like, am I actually gonna teach my child the right thing? You know, the right thing to say, the right things to do. But then having sort of my little brother around, which I more or less kind of raised with my mum and that, do you know what I mean? It's like, I noticed that his most influential years are, like you said, between the age of 0 and 8. Yeah. And then the second, or probably the even more influential years after that, was between 14 or 13 and 16.
Yeah.
Because those teenage years,
key.
Yeah, I had to knock some stuff out of him where he was trying to get himself involved in some things. And I'm just like, you know what? That's not what we're about, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? And that don't even suit you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I was thinking, like, you know, there's some kids out there that are bad breed, but they're not even bad breed because they're just bad out on the road. But then you speak to their parents and their parents are like, "Raw, I had no idea that my child was like that." You kind of think to yourself, how did that child come from a loving home where their mum loves them very much, their dad has been teaching them, loving them very much, and then they're bad out on road? And you kind of think to yourself, where does that happen? Does the parent then blame themselves for how that kid's turned out or whatever? But
I don't think they can't because if you're trying to you're at home, you've got obviously boundaries and trying to install certain things onto your child, and you'll bring them up the best way you can, and you'll teach them to be a good person and always do the right thing and don't lie, don't steal, don't do this, don't do that. There's only so much you can do or say or influence within your four walls. Once they step out of that, then, like you said, the world then becomes the influence.
Yeah.
Some kids break, some kids don't. Sometimes it's down to the child, innit?
Yeah.
It's down to how
ultimately that's
how they're made up, how they are, what they are like.
Yeah, because I don't feel as if any any amount of discipline can determine how they're gonna be out on the roadside.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you could get you could be disciplined the most at home and still go out on road and do a
Yeah,
do
you
a
could
madness.
bring in the shopping for your mum and that, and look
Pick up
after
your mum's shoes and
you know, like give a foot rub and all them things, and then
And an hour later, you're
spinning the block.
yeah.
Spinning the coupe.
on my phone, and then obviously I'm trying to like look at the bus stop lane to get off that. Take the phone away. And the bus is packed. I'm just thinking, bro, I'm just checking the bus stop for us to
You
get
know
off.
what?
Like, just relax.
You know what? That's the worst thing.
It's mad
because-
still. You can't even go tap tap.
Yeah.
I can't
Can't even. You know what I mean?
should do that.
You know, back in the day, pop. Shut your mouth, fam.
Listen, because I'm thinking, nowadays, if your child,
Good, you good, bro. Yeah.
say you was in Audi,
Yeah.
and your kids come to you with like, I don't know, a pack of off-brand Weetabix or something, so they wanted it, and you said that they must put it back, and they start rolling on the floor. Like, what do you do?
Do you know what? 'Cause from the outside looking in, you do look at like the kids that do that. You're
See
like,
me?
oh, what the parents can't
Yeah,
control
yeah,
the
yeah.
kid. But sometimes,
See the mum just doing a.
sometimes
doing
it's
a
the
thing.
kid.
Listen,
No.
Try it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Try
Once
it.
you are, once
No
you're
one's
at a
getting
certain
food.
age, once you're at a certain age and you're doing that out on the road,
Yeah.
I don't care where I am. You're getting 2 slaps.
Yeah.
But yes. Once you're at an age where you understand right from wrong
Yeah,
fully, and you want to be acting out
but in
like
this
that,
sensitive world where
I don't give a damn. They're my children.
I hear it, and I
You know
hear
what I
it.
mean?
What are you gonna do, Karen?
But
Yeah, Karen, does my child look unkept?
Does my child look like?
Mind your business.
Has she got
But
bruises?
I know.
I don't
but
care.
Do you know
Say
what?
what you want.
No, but I hear it. But I've been in a situation where I've been privy to, in the world of like social work and stuff like that.
Yeah, same.
Like certain referrals that come through, and you hear some madnesses. Like, say, you could actually feel like well within your right to discipline your child, which is fine.
I think it's how you discipline them.
No, but sometimes it could just be a thing where you could just shout after your child in a certain way. Someone could see that. Say you're doing school pickup and you shout after your child, because they're running off with their friends, and you're trying to go home because maybe you got to get ready for work or something. You shout after your child. So another parent seen that. They obviously speak to the school or whatever. Next you know, social services are calling you about because they've had a referral.
Just to inquire, because they
You know
have
what
to
I mean?
inquire.
Just
Little
to
thing-
inquire, yeah.
Of course, it's just to inquire, but
that's
because
just
that
wicked.
inquiry sometimes
Fucking
it
Karen.
can turn into nothing, or it can turn into something where, they end up digging into something else in your life or something. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, where I'm saying that, you'll say, "Oh, I'll give him 1-2 box," which I get. I've always said like,
Don't say
that's what-
box, say slap.
Sorry, slap. Discipline.
Yeah.
Social services.
Yeah, that like little things like that. Sometimes it could just be a passerby that just sees that and thinks, I'm gonna call social services, and then now social services, you're known to social services just because one time you
I
decided
think I think that's
You know what I
only
mean?
I think that's only if someone's a part of it, like if that happens in a school setting or a setting where your name is literally recorded,
not
because
all the time,
because but what if you're in the street and you're with a child and you end up disciplining your child, but somebody on a bus sees and they decide to call social services, but the bus is driving off. They're not gonna know who you are.
No, they're not gonna know who you are, but they can still.
You're just speaking.
No, I get what you
situations
mean.
where
Like
someone
obviously,
can.
the passerby might not know you.
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
saying.
then, like, say if you was doing that, did that at home, a neighbor could call.
Yeah, a neighbor
you know
could
what I mean?
call.
Or
Yeah.
someone who's got some sort of way to identify
Some sort of
you.
connection, and that
That's
can
what I'm
identify.
saying.
Yeah.
Do you know what's interesting with that? Yeah, I was reading one article about it was in Canada. What happened was that some parents need to either agree to their child. I think it was their baby having a blood transfusion. Now the only donor they could find, or whatever it is for their child's blood type, the person, because sometimes the waiting list for certain people is quite long.
Yeah.
The only person they could find was someone that was vaccinated. The parents didn't want the child to have the blood
Vaccinated blood.
transfusion or vaccinated blood. And then the child ultimately, I read into it a little bit, but I'm sure there's a lot more to it. But ultimately, they took
away?
they took away the child. It took away the child from the parents
Yeah.
because they thought that.
But it's the parents' decision, though.
No,
It was in-
yeah.
so
It's
that-
the parents' decision.
But then
it was almost like you're
sometimes it
because
can get a
they
bit deeper
the
than
courts
that, though.
considered it
There's-
as that
do
you're
you know what?
endangering your child,
Yeah.
child
Do you know what
to
I
an
mean?
extent because
Yeah,
of
but
your.
you're not endangering your child if for example, but it's it's a vaccination. It's not a myth or a mystery that some people just don't want the vaccination.
Yeah.
And it's a choice.
Yeah.
So to take away someone's child because of that is wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
almost like saying, "Oh, we're gonna take away your child because you're not letting your child take the flu jab." I don't want my child to have the flu jab.
So sorry, Aaron. What was the situation again?
So the child needed a blood transfusion.
So they needed a blood.
They needed it, otherwise they would have died.
So it's a bit different then.
They'll say you're endangering your child,
Yeah.
not because of the vaccination, but there's blood there. And
Yeah.
There's blood, you're not
use it.
taking it because
It's
of
similar
that.
to a certain religion that don't allow.
It's like Jehovah's
I
Witnesses.
think
isn't
so.
it?
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah, and I think we spoke about that on.
Yeah, there
on
is
the
because there's
previous
something
episode.
called the thin skull rule. It's like a law. It's like a generalized sort of law, and I think it's something to do around the fact that there was a Jehovah's Witness and they needed a blood transfusion. They didn't agree to it, and then what had happened was that someone had stabbed the Jehovah's Witness, and in order for them to survive, they needed a blood transfusion.
I heard about
They didn't have it, and then they died because of their religion. The person was still held. I think it was to murder.
Yeah.
That's mad.
And yeah,
Because they stabbed them, innit?
If it weren't for the religion, they would have survived.
But then
Yeah,
this is
there's-
the thing. I guess you still need to.
There was
you still
something-
need
there's
to
something
go
more
do
to it
some time
than that.
because you did the act. But
Yeah,
if there's any lawyers listening, they're
outside of
gonna
it-
look at me like,
Yeah, when you look at it like from another angle, like raw, like
joking.
you wouldn't have died if you had just got the blood transfusion. Doesn't take away from the fact that
Yeah.
my man still went and stabbed
So then-
him.
But he wouldn't have needed the blood transfusion
I
if
think
he
it was
never
the
got
difference.
stabbed.
Yeah. So it's
because it was the difference between it being, I think it was like actual like murder and then manslaughter.
Yeah.
Because it's all to do with your intent. You have to have the actus reus.
so.
which
What would
is
you
the-
deem that as then?
That's murder.
It's still murder. Because it's
It
the
matters, yeah.
because to commit a crime, it's like you have to do the physical act, and then there's got to be the intention. Like actus reus is the physical act of it, and then mens rea is the intention to actually do it. So that's why people that get done for manslaughter, it's because you didn't have the intention, but you still done it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's.
I just find that
manslaughter.
term crazy, manslaughter.
Yeah.
I always have sounds a bit
Slaughtering.
crazy. Slaughter, yeah.
But for me, once you hold a particular weapon in your hand with the intent of using it, you're murder.
Yeah, that's murder.
That's murder.
Yeah,
right?
because
it's crazy.
we
Isn't it?
all, yeah.
What do
you
you
get- you
think's
want
gonna
outcome.
happen with that knife in your hand? You think no one's gonna get hurt?
Yeah.
So
Might
you
hurt
think?
yourself.
Do you know what I mean? You think you're gonna stab someone and they might survive, and then you get points because you stab someone up. My goodness,
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
the world's
it's-
gonna do lally, bro.
Do lally, bro.
Yeah.
You
But
lally.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy, fam.
You need to move out of this country, man.
Yeah.
Go
The
to
country
one
needs to move out
island.
of itself.
Island.
But you know what? I think we was going to talk about. We'll talk about it a bit later, like what next year is kind of looking for us. But as we finished on that, I was thinking that we could talk about the importance of writing your will.
Yeah, have you? It's,
Like, have any of you done it?
No.
I haven't.
I haven't, but I like.
I've not.
I'm going to.
I feel
When
like
my
I
child's
should've
born,
done
I'm
it
gonna
time.
do it.
Is it?
I should have done it.
Why? Okay, why do you say that?
Because if anything happens to me, anything I have or anything I own, who's it go to? It goes to the government.
I think there's
know
like
what I mean?
an average age where people say you should have your will done. I don't know what that is, but I know like for things like life insurance, they say you should from 25 and upwards, you should really get life insurance.
I think you should get life insurance as soon as.
In
from
a-
when
yeah.
you're
Yeah,
18.
but like those-
I had it, yeah, but I can't
Really?
like.
Yeah, no,
Cost
same,
of
bro.
living,
Same.
bro.
Same.
Cost of
Same.
life insurance.
I need to know. I'm gonna
Yeah,
set
I
mine up
can't.
again though.
Yeah,
No, I'm gonna set up when baby's born. I'm gonna
Yeah.
set up again. But right now, I can't lie.
Yeah.
They're really making it difficult for people to live.
I'm not gonna lie, because I do get it. Like, obviously, I set mine up, and got to the point, yeah, because I know, like, with what they're doing to all of us with the cost of living. You know, when you start looking at your outgoings, you're just like, what don't I need?
go down? Subscriptions. Can I go into a SIM only deal?
Yeah. Because do I actually need that?
Oh man.
And then, I was thinking like life insurance was one of the things that I was gonna cut, and when I told someone, like an advisor to me, who literally just gave me the look like, what the hell are you thinking about doing that? Because this is life insurance. At the end of the day, when you've got certain things, even if you don't have certain things, everything, like in terms of even your job, when you die,
you got your salary goes,
your salary and your pension,
4 times,
3-4 times your
that
salary
needs to go to somewhere. Do you know what I mean? And that needs to be in your will, so that if you was unfortunate enough to pass away while you're working, was it unretired? I don't know what the word is, but while you're working, you need to say where that goes. If not, I'm not too sure exactly where it goes, but I know the government have a bigger say on where it goes.
But there's a lot of things. I think when
I
was gonna say that I think there's a lot of things when it comes to wills. I've kind of seen both sides, because
bye baby.
Look at the leg.
Look at it. Oh, bless her.
So cute.
I think when it comes to wills, I've seen kind of two sides to it. In that,
Do you need help?
just the general aspect of it, just being someone that these things can affect. And then the other side is actually learning about them, because when I was doing my LPC, it's one of my topic was wills and probate, and probate and private client law. And you'll notice that, like,
sorry, you done that, yeah?
I learned how to draft a will. So like I'm not probably the best at it now, like for what I do now. Like the contracts I do are completely different, but I could definitely like look into my books and then know how to write one again.
Cool.
But like, you notice that when it comes to wills, when I was doing private client law, you notice that all of these rich people, and all these people who have the money to do it, have a will. Have a will from like,
how much does it cost to do a will?
Like about 150, fam.
Yeah, it's like one. It depends.
I say that's the average. Like, like 150. Yeah,
they'll bill you by the hour.
Yeah.
But when it comes to wills, when it comes to just anything like certain inheritance tax, because when you pass away, you pay, I think it's 40% on like the death tax is like 40% on your estate.
Yeah.
So when it comes to all these, and that's why a lot of rich people will start putting money into, they'll set up trust funds.
Charles didn't have to pay that. Charles.
So like trust funds or like charities that they've set up, blah blah blah. So I think it is really important to write one, and even if it doesn't mean that you've got like loads of money to give away, you might just want particular things. Like you just want maybe your favorite, I don't know, your MacBook. Like could be your bloody MacBook. I don't know.
This is it. Like,
give it to your nephew.
No matter what, sometimes I feel like when people have wills, or when they think about wills, it's just about, they think, I don't own anything, or I don't have a house, or I don't have a car, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. Sometimes literally it could just be the clothes that you got on. You want your, you don't want the government to just go and burn it. You don't want to put it lost and found. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's because
you want it to go somewhere.
It's a morbid conversation for people to have. That's what it is.
But it's real.
It's real.
Just like life insurance.
It's real.
What you were saying about your advisor saying, crazy to cancel life insurance. When I called up my life insurance, they said, you know what? So many people have been doing it because of what's been going on. And she said that as soon as you're ready to do it again, just call us back again. But it's like, I feel like life insurance, or will, the important things you need to think about.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
But
exactly.
I don't think it's like you have to make a big deal of it. These are just things that you just kind of need to do as you get older. Do you know what I mean? And just,
I don't know, but I don't think so though, bro. I think that's the common thing.
What?
You think these?
When I say as you get older, I mean like our age now. When you are younger, like you don't think about a will or life insurance.
But I feel like or not even just but like people should, like we should actually drill this into our children's brains to deal with this as soon as they're of legal age, like 18. I feel like this is something that they should do, because obviously life insurance is cheaper when you if you took it out at 18, it's peanuts. Even if you took it out in their name and you paid it as their parent, like it's cheaper than if we took it out at like what, 30, 40, 50-year-olds, just for them to take it out, they could be the healthiest person in the world, but just because of the fact that they're 40, 50 years old, bro, it's through the roof. It's through the roof.
My mum done it for me and my siblings. She took it out, and then we ended up obviously taking it over and stuff like that. But she took it out. She took it out for us.
Yeah.
And then because realistically, you think about it, like God forbid that situation happens.
Yeah.
But you need money towards your funeral costs or your coffin or blah blah blah, and these things are not cheap.
Yeah.
Not cheap. So it's it's a morbid conversation to have. Yeah. Like with yourself even. Yeah. Because you got to sit down and be like, if I were, but you know what? It doesn't always have to be
morbid.
It is.
It doesn't have to.
Life insurance. Does it have to be morbid?
Yeah, or like a will.
It doesn't have to be.
Or is it more preparation?
I think life insurance isn't as morbid. I think a will can kind of be like, oh shoot, like this is what I'm gonna leave behind.
But then life insurance, because life insurance is more if you're ill to the point where you like critical illness.
It can be critical illness as well.
Things like that.
Yeah.
But I guess it's all it all circles down to, in the unfortunate event that you're not here, what happens to what you have.
Yeah. And you know what as well with a will, like it doesn't have to be, because usually you got to get a will executed by someone. Like you got to have you have to have like a witness to the will as well. Someone like when you're signing it and blah blah blah. But I think that, you know what, it won't hurt to maybe just write down a little list of, you know, if you were to, you know, on just like a note somewhere that you kind of keep safe somewhere that someone can find. If something was to happen to you, maybe you've already written a kind of something. It's not just been executed. It's not been signed by anyone else that witnessed it, you signing it, but saying, oh, I want this to go there, or blah, 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 or this is what I want. You know, if I weren't here. So I don't think that's, I think it's just reality.
Have you had that conversation with your parents?
What's that?
About, you know, their will and, you know, in the unfortunate event of...
My nan's done hers. I think my mum's going to do... I'm not sure if she's done it yet. She's gonna do it. I've spoken to her about it. Like, I've seen my nan's. I haven't looked. I've seen the envelope where my nan's will was in it, and I just said to myself, "That's none of my business." I didn't even want to think about it. Do you know what I mean? I was just like, "Just leave that there, Nan. I know you're doing, but let me just keep it moving." Do you know what I mean?
I remember when my mum was doing it,
crazy.
and she, you know, she was telling me that, you know, the things that she's got to do. Not exactly like the contents of the will, but in terms of like, is it right? Yeah, cool. Not the contents of the will, but just talking about, you know, in that event, that things happen. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm hearing you. Like I said to my mum, I'm hearing you. I'm not hearing you at the same time.
Yeah, you don't like talking about it. I don't like. My mum always used to have them convos. It's like, Dan, if anything happens to me, this is what's blah blah blah. This is her. That. And when I was younger, I was like, Mum, nah, man, like. Stop saying that, man.
Do you know what? I was laughing, but the reason I was laughing is because the reason why I was laughing is because as your parents ever said, "Oh, you're not gonna miss me when I'm gone." And that.
Yeah.
All the time, fam.
I don't like when you say that, man.
I hate that. But then I used to like, because I remember my mom used to say it, and there was one point where it used to just be like water off a duck's back in it. And it got to a point where I think I was getting older, and I was obviously learning about death.
More serious,
and I was thinking, is there something wrong with you? Why you keep saying that? Do you know what I mean? But I've never liked it because I'm someone I've experienced death from a young age, innit? Yeah. So death is never really something I've joked about. So whenever someone mentions it, I don't know if it's like a trauma response or like it's the trigger for me. I'm just like, right, like, I don't want to talk about it. But now as I'm getting older, I'm 30 now. Yeah. I'm like, right, you know what? I can talk about these things. I've seen enough death and I've been around it enough, and I'm like, you know what? We have to start preparing ourselves still. Because we got what? Another 2/3 of life left at best. This is it, bro. But you know what I mean? Because next thing you know, we're all 60, still feeling young, but we're getting to that. To get into
and
that
then you got like the next 20-30 years.
Do you know what I mean?
That's mad. That's scary, bro. I stop talking.
We're still talking about things that we did back in our teens. And that.
Sometimes I sit there and I think to myself, I have no time to waste. I can't. Don't get me wrong. You can't overwork yourself to the point where you can lead yourself to be ill. But I almost don't have time to waste.
Huh? You can overwork yourself.
I can't lead myself to doing that. Doing too much where I'm overworking, I'm burning myself out.
Because to what you were saying earlier about how we're so conditioned. To put our 9 to 5 in front. Yeah. Instead of thinking about our 5 to 9, which is essentially for us. Yeah. But 9 to 5 is we're working for the man. We're working for someone. But then we don't. When it comes to that 5 to 9, we want to we want to chill. We
With a chill,
We
and
don't
then
want to put in.
those are
that
the
extra
hours where
bit
you
of
have
work.
to be doing something, and
To
that's
get yourself out of
that's
that
the
rat
difference
race.
with people, isn't it? People, that's the difference between
We're
people
so
that make
conditioned.
it or do something different.
We're so
But
conditioned.
we're so conditioned. But you're,
It's
yeah,
mad
bro.
still.
I can't imagine. Yeah, man. That's why sometimes I'm just like, I got stuff to do.
Yeah. What you
Bro,
get?
yeah.
Yeah, you was gonna say something.
No, I was gonna say like, yeah, what Aaron was saying about it just makes you think like the phrase that we hear all the time about life's short.
Yeah.
Like is you know when you're younger and someone's like, life's so short. You know what the hell are you talking about? Life's short. You're young. I got bare time. And it's not till you get to a certain age, you're like, raw, like life is actually short because
And the maddest
you
thing is
start
we're
to
still
feel the
young now,
years,
but
like,
you're
flying
feeling it.
by.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's only because obviously now when we're younger, we have all the time in the world.
yeah.
Zero responsibility. All the time in the world. When you're older, you're working 24s. You have every responsibility under the sun. Like obviously kids, Dan, soon kids, you guys work, do multiple things outside of work. So it's like time is just rolling downhill on a snow mountain. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like when you deep it, it's like raw. Like I get what the old as me now. Life is short because it really is,
Bro.
Next thing you know,
Especially,
we'll turn around and blink and we're like you said, we're 60.
Yeah, bro. Like honestly, and
we're
we're
already-
here cracking
Even when
joke
we-
about something that we feel like was round like just yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
These times it was like when
You
we're
see,
19.
like how right now we're talking about the 30s and like going into that kind of realm and that, but like soon to be 40. Do you know what I mean?
Bro,
like,
yeah,
then we're
bro.
talking about 40, and then we're like, rah, I could have done that when I was 25.
Yeah.
That's 15 years ago. What?
And then it's like
Where did that
raw.
go?
It's like raw. Where did the time go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a scary
Nuts.
thought, man.
It's nuts. But that's why you got to get your affairs in order. That's what they mean. When
Yeah.
your parents say get your affairs in order,
Yeah.
Things like that.
literally get your affairs in order, fam. When my mom told me that, I was just like,
Yeah, whatever.
yeah, just like, yeah, like,
Allow me, man.
I've got time.
And then, man, I'm 15.
Allow me, man. Allow me, fam. And especially the way things are going, like people are just dropping at whatever age sometimes. You know, like,
Scary.
yeah, fam. So we was even saying like, while you was gone as well, like, sometimes even, you don't, when you think about will, do you think like, oh, you have to own something, or like, do you think, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, not necessarily. Like I know it's more to do with obviously, yeah, if you have assets and stuff, then cool. But more to do with like your finances and
Just anything you got. It
yeah,
could even
anything.
just be
Yeah,
to the
like my trainers.
something. Yeah.
exactly.
Something sentimental. Yeah, it's true.
I always get my
Literally.
dunks.
Who's getting your hat?
Did you say who's getting your dunks?
Legendary hat, bro.
Hey, whoever gets that hat is special, bro.
Special
I
one.
got a few of them still, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, the place on someone's head, like the coronation, the Queen's coronation. But yeah, man, it's literally, again, it is a morbid conversation to have, but I just feel like we shouldn't hide from it. We should not welcome it, but just not make such a big fuss about it. Just be like, oh, a will is such something you're supposed to do at 18. All right, cool. You know what I mean? And you just do it.
I feel like in certain professions you normalize things as well.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like in my professional world, I feel like a lot of things get normalized that are just very like to some people. Like in my last job, when I was dealing with like court proceedings, you know, like I got so used to looking at them.
Yeah.
But then I'd be speaking to clients on the phone and people are panicking. I've had people cry to me before.
Yeah,
Because they had court documents come through the door.
Yeah.
And they don't know what they're looking at. But to me, I'm just looking at it like, don't worry, like nothing's like we're handling it all.
Yeah.
And we're doing this and doing that. And you can put some, you can kind of
It's that element of panic, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that panic.
When they don't know what certain
they don't-
letters mean and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I feel like with certain things, I've learned to normalize things. Like I was saying, when I was learning how to draft wills and stuff like that, it's just a document. It's no different from writing. Oh, like when you sell your car, and you might want to write a little receipt to someone, and sign it and put the little date, thinking it's going to do something. But it's just for you. You know what I mean? But yeah, you shouldn't be. Don't be afraid to do it. If it's your beanie, if it's your if it's your trainers,
literally.
like write it down.
Yeah.
Write it
I was
down.
even saying like your even your salary, I think if you die while you're on the job or something like that, like your salary goes to someone. I think
You can nominate someone.
Yeah, you can nominate
You can
someone.
nominate
I think
someone,
I don't know if you remember, because I don't remember, but apparently I did this anyway. But you put down who gets your salary or your what? I can't remember.
I done it. I had to update it recently.
Okay, yeah. Huh?
What, when you first start
Yeah,
work?
when you first start work, there's someone you nominate to get like either your salary or your pension.
Is it?
If you
Yeah.
pass it. Yeah, I don't remember doing it.
Right,
But
I can't
apparently I
think
did.
that then, boy, because if it's who I think it is,
Yeah, you know what?
that's what. I'll drop the name.
You might have to come back and be like, listen, change that.
Remember, your employer on your death, your employer usually pays like 3 or 4 times your salary.
Yeah. See,
You know
on
how
Monday
Goku
morning,
came back on borrowed time?
I've been crying about that on Monday morning still because that can't run.
Yeah. Exactly. From them things there, man.
Boy, it's mad. Still.
How easy, Aaron? Obviously, this is your your fields, your bread and butter, your cheese on toast.
This is his remit.
Yeah, man, bun and cheese.
Your bun and trust me,
Bun and cheese.
How easy is it to amend a will?
Quite easy. Yeah.
Does it take a while to amend it?
No, not really. If you got like a solicitor that's like quite
So it
hands
costs
on with
money.
you, it costs you though, because the solicitors they bill by the hour, so you could be paying like a bill 50, sometimes more.
Does it?
That's not your work one,
Does it
though.
cost initially to write a will?
Yeah, so if you want to, because when you get a will draft, so you can write one, write one yourself, but if you want to get actually like signed and you have to get the will executed, then you have to pay for that legal kind of stamp for it, for someone to look over it and be like, all right, this is okay, and then you also have to have someone come and witness it. Okay. So you could ask one of us. Can you just watch over whilst I say that I'm okay with the solicitor signing it legally?
Okay.
And then you're good to go. But if you pre-write it, you can get draft templates as well. Like that's another thing for people. You can get draft templates on Google on how to write a will, and then it kind of saves a bit of time, maybe a bit of money for you down the line.
Yeah.
No, hey,
Honestly,
good
man.
to know because I wanna sort that out, man.
Yeah, because my dad's always been telling me to.
Who?
My dad, he's always been telling me like, listen, do your will, do your will, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But
Do it now, bro.
I'm gonna do it, bro.
Have you done yours then?
Nah, but as soon as baby comes, I'm gonna look
on-
into doing it still.
Yeah, no,
I haven't done it, but it's something I've thought about.
gonna do. Yeah.
It's all right. Slide me £50, I'll do it.
Bro, that's discount. I'm down.
Get that signed.
Yeah, that stamp on it.
Yeah. So you want to talk about the
Oh
yeah.
Talking about kind of life, I guess.
Yeah,
You know,
life.
and how life goes, and kind of switching it to the other side now, because you know what, sometimes you gotta make it a bit more light.
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, do you remember certain things? So like, I was having this conversation with Dan actually the other day, and I'm sure it was you, Dan. We were talking about infrared.
Yeah.
Like infrared on phones, or like we were talking about how
Bluetooth.
or
But infrared, you couldn't move the phone, you know.
could not move the phone.
If you move the phone, that's it. Whole thing lock off.
Hold it closer.
I know you want. All you want is what tunes? One of them Screwface and Stimpy instrumentals, or
Nutty violins.
Or you want someone to send you a game.
One slip of that phone,
You
restart the
Yeah,
transaction.
you
know
send
that,
games
you know?
for it. Yeah,
know that.
that's how I got my first ever snake from.
I
Someone sent
swear.
me. Yeah,
Nah, what?
I didn't know
You
that.
could do
I know you could send pictures as well. You know, like them Bugs Bunny, like gangster ones,
gangster
like,
ones.
and Tweety Bird and all of that.
Yeah,
There was one of that had that as like wallpaper.
Yeah, literally.
Do you remember a shop in Croydon that used to do those Bugs Bunny kind of things?
Yeah,
With, like the graffiti kind of money.
Lot
Upstairs,
20
it was
lot
upstairs.
29.
yeah.
Was it Lot 29? It was
No,
upstairs
no,
in Wigan.
Yeah, I remember. I know you're talking about.
They used to sell Jordans and that.
Yeah.
The latest
they
one.
were-
Used to walk past there.
It's
They
in
do
that
the
bit
American stuff.
It's in
way
that
before-
bit in Croydon, in Whitgift, that's almost forgotten.
Yeah,
See where Poundland is?
Poundland.
yeah.
That's
Upstairs.
Yeah. I remember that bit there.
Yeah, man.
I remember Poundland was there. Do you remember BHS?
Yeah.
I remember I used to go BHS
British
to go
Home
get my school trousers.
Yeah.
But that bit I feel like even the lighting in that area was a bit dim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just
It's weird because that part was like almost like forbidden to go down.
yeah.
You thought treacherous going on there.
I didn't.
Yeah, no reason.
I was like, no one really knows about this. I'm good.
Listen, oh,
The latest
man.
things.
Yeah. Even making ringtones on your phone.
Oh my.
Remember the Michael Jackson ones?
Yeah.
Do you know what I miss the most? Yeah.
What do you miss?
I miss like going youth centre and that and going tuck shop.
Do you know what?
Penny sweet shop.
Penny
bro.
Tuck shop and just getting bare things for just like a couple quid.
Yeah.
50p come out
In the
of
plastic
like 2
bag,
bags.
bro.
Remember Panda Pops?
You know what? That Panda Pops.
The strawberry
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of
jelly
glad
and
that
ice
they
cream.
took that away from us.
They were
Panda
mad. They
Pops.
were mad
Yeah, kind of glad
unhealthy,
still.
man. Do you know so mad?
At the time, I was like,
Miss
I
it,
was
man.
pissed.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mad artificial.
Kids
Colourings
these
and
days,
flavours when you think about
Miss
it.
Panda
innit?
Pop.
Bro, kids these days will never
fizz,
experience what we had back then. It's mad. They will
Yeah,
never
they don't know good stuff, bro.
I'm sure they got their own things now, though.
Yeah, but they think
like
it's good. It's not the same.
1-piece sweets and
Oh yeah.
No, but they won't though, bro. Because remember, like playing runouts and like 40-40 home and
bro,
and
them things are
66.
dead now. They're dead.
They don't play them games. Knock down Ginger and all of them.
They're on
things.
iPad.
Trust
Well,
me.
this is it. Do you remember? So I saw
PS5 headset.
I saw something.
Like,
Someone
it's
said,
not fun, it's not the
40
same.
years old.
yeah, someone said something that kids nowadays,
They don't know how to socialize.
I think it was like, say, is it 16 to 24-year-olds are having the least amount of sex now?
Is
Or something like that, because you know they don't interact with people. They're always on the
They're on the
game, or
VR.
they're in on social media, or they're just doing whatever. Like they don't go out and socialize with people. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, that's just the age of social media. And then on top of that, you had the COVID period where people throughout that period are just gonna be mash up socially, fam. Do you know what I mean? Some people that, you know, they turned 18 and 21 in the lockdown. You know, didn't get to celebrate nothing, fam.
Yeah.
It's
You
mad,
know what I mean? Like there's certain people that are just, some kids are gonna not know how to have social anxiety and not know why. Do you know what I mean?
Or what? Yeah.
It's so
Right.
sad.
But there's there's loads of stuff, man. Even like yellow pages.
Oh my days.
There was no Google Maps.
Oh my
Yeah,
days.
yellow pages.
What?
A to Z.
You better hope you
Bro,
got updated.
A to Z, fam.
Yeah.
A to Z, fam.
A to
Guys,
Z.
mad.
Yeah.
I remember I used to get A to Z out for no reason and go search up my road.
Yeah, I live there. And it's sick. I went to the A to Z. I remember when I used to be like having to drive around. My mum's like, "Dan, look in the A to Z and guide me." I'm like, "Bro, like that's pressure." Like,
Yeah, it is.
You know.
Because when you open it up, you're like, where do I start? Where even are we?
You have to
do
turn
you
to
know
the
much?
back and then look
Do you know
up
much
your
times I
road
used to
then.
get in trouble because of that?
Yeah.
I said, looking at it, he said, looking at it, he said, I said, right, mum, like, right, like, I don't know how to do it, like. I said, you need to know what you're doing. You need to know how to navigate.
It's pressure, you know. Because sometimes, you know when you think you're close and then the page cuts off, so you've got to go back 10 pages.
No, but I became a champ at it though. I won't even
Yeah.
lie. I did become good at using A to Z, but now you just use
I
Google
never
Maps.
really looked in A to Z still.
Nah,
That wasn't really required of me. I can't lie.
fair.
Thank God
What
it
about
wasn't.
Argos?
I was just about to say that.
And you used to mark the things you were for Christmas, and you knew you was never gonna get it. You knew.
Oh my, bro!
Spent hours in there.
Yeah,
Straight to the back.
Straight to the back.
Did
fam.
anyone ever wish? Did anyone ever wish that they were rich so they could just get everything?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fam, I
100%.
was like, I wish I was rich, man.
Yeah.
Because you know there was some kids that was just getting it.
Yeah, of course.
Some kids that was just getting it.
Do you know what I used to do?
What?
Do you remember? So I used to watch obviously Cartoon Network, yeah, and then Cartoon Network had that section called Toonami,
Yeah.
and used to have the robot, yeah, that will come out, and then you got to answer this question, and you got to send, make a phone call, the bill pays confirmation and all that.
You see, I knew better.
Yeah. No, and then you make the call, and I remember one time I answered the question right in it, and I thought, yeah, cool. Basically, what it was is the prize was a whole shitload of toys.
One of them ones where you get bare toys.
Bare toys, and
okay.
I thought, I've answered it right because I've called like I probably was one of the first. And then I remember like a week has gone now, and I'm thinking every car that was coming past on a Saturday, so. On a Saturday, I was thinking, right, is that it? I was expecting this big old truck to come with bare toys. Like I was thinking, nah.
Those ones were the mad ones.
Probably no one ever won them toys, you know.
Nah, bro. Honestly,
Yeah,
just
it's
scam.
true,
Honestly,
you know.
yeah,
It's
scam to get your
true,
money.
honestly,
fam.
just a scam.
Pete.
Had
just
children
a
in the
scam.
front room looking
But
through the
then
windows.
do you think that people win them? You know even the ones now. You know, like on ITV and stuff.
That, bro, I died.
Nah,
I've done it once, you know.
inclusive,
I've done it
holidays.
once.
What about
I've done, you know, the morning. Is it Good Morning Britain or something?
Yeah.
One time I done it once. I said, no, this is too good to give up.
Yeah, when
my mum used to do that. The
50K
Good
in
Morning
the
Britain
car.
one.
Oh, swear down.
She's
It's
done that
all a
once or
scam.
twice.
It's all a scam, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Every time I leave my missus by herself, she signs up to one.
Or somebody
Signs up to
will.
one. She can't
No,
be left.
somebody will win it.
Yeah.
That works for the company. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
not really
yeah.
renting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They like that.
Yeah, I just said, yeah, I'm done.
Because it's mad. Because when you think about it, I remember one time I calculated it. Yeah, it was like, oh, win 50 grand and a car and a holiday. I was thinking 50 grand. That's bare piece. How they afford it? I was like, hold on a second.
Oh, do you know what?
Every text is £1. There's going to be more than 50k people texting in.
Yeah.
These men are probably
Yeah.
quadrupling what
Did
they
anyone?
Do you know?
Go on.
I was gonna talk about. There's a documentary that's come out from Pepsi. It's called. It's about Pepsi. It's on Netflix. It's called "Where's My Plane" or "Where's My Jet."
Oh yes.
So basically, it goes to your point, kind of seeing about things being a scam. So where it was is that Pepsi done a promotion, like a marketing campaign, and they said, "All right, we're gonna say you need to get 70 million points, and you can accumulate the points by buying bottles of Pepsi." So at first they kind of said, 70 million is a lot. Like it's a bit unrealistic as like an advertising marketing campaign. So they went down to, I think they said 700 million. They went down to 70 and then they went down to 7 million. So one guy calculated how many bottles you'd have to buy to accumulate 7 million Pepsi points. And he worked out everything. He even got a warehouse to store them all, everything else. He even got a lawyer to like look into, is this legitimate? Like, can I actually do this? He bought the amount of bottles and then he said to Pepsi, all right, well, I've got the 7 million points. Pepsi turned around and said that it was a joke. Like it wasn't real. But then they went into a whole lawsuit about it.
Can you imagine?
And because what it was is that the prize was a jet, but the jet wasn't no normal jet. The jet was about, it's like a 40 million jet. So the guy's thinking to himself, it would cost me 300 grand to buy these Pepsi bottles, but I'm getting a 40 million jet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
sell
it's
that.
the maths is mathing.
No brainer.
Do you know what I mean? But the jet itself was one of them fighter jets. There's a certain type of jet. It's one of the military.
Yeah.
They would have had to like decommission it, take off all
Why
like.
did he want a fighter jet?
It was like Pepsi just saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna give you a fighter jet." He
knew something we didn't,
It had
bro.
like missiles on it. So anyway, like they've gone into like a lawsuit about it, blah blah blah. But then I won't tell. Do you know? I won't say the end. of it,
I'm
'cause
watching that. I'm watching
People
that
can
tonight.
watch it.
Yeah,
and stuff
what's
like
it
that.
called?
It's called I think it says it's Pepsi. It says,
It's
where's
like,
my plane? Where's my jet? Sorry.
Where's my jet? Yeah.
Where's my? It's on Netflix.
Let me go on Netflix quickly. Hold on.
Yeah.
But I was even gonna say, well, first of all, like I did search for a winner of those, the ITV thing. It does says some woman called Danielle from the West Midlands won £500,000.
Of course, from the West Midlands.
Yeah.
Like,
And then, but have you
Nah, I
seen
think
that?
the West
Have you seen
Midlands
BOTB? The car.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
done it a couple times. I said I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah.
I can't. But I know someone that's won it.
Oh, really?
Like I know that. Yeah.
They still got the car. Or did they sell it?
I don't know that for. I know someone that knows him. That the guy that's actually won it is a real guy. Like he did actually win it that
would
day.
you
But a lot
do?
of people sell it. A lot of people sell the car.
I'll be
Yeah.
gassed, man.
Just, would you keep the car? Well,
No,
it all depends on
I'll
what.
Drive it for a
Depends
bit
what-
and then sell it.
I'd drive it for a bit, sell it, and then I'd buy something that I want, but then just keep the rest of the money.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
I'd use the
happy
money for like a deposit or something.
Yeah.
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 Man, like, did
Some
anyone?
of the cars that I see, fam. Ooh.
Dark.
They're proper. They're top
dark.
specs, like top specs as well.
Yeah.
Did anyone have?
Stop it. Someone
Sky,
want a new Ford van.
oh my days.
It's mad.
It's worth 67K.
Spinning it around the ends.
Yeah.
Did anyone ever come home and see the Sky man installing a dish? But then when like Sky in it, I was like, at one point we had Sky until we couldn't have Sky.
Yeah.
We had Sky, but we didn't have any channels. We never had none of the good channels.
Yeah.
We didn't have nothing. Fam. We didn't
I
have
remember
nothing.
one time I
No
come home
movie
and I see a
channels.
Sky dish. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my days, you got a Sky.
Nah, I was gassed.
It's over. You do not have access to it.
Literally.
I was like, oh
I said,
my
yeah.
days.
I said, rah.
It's mad.
Who wants to watch Channel 5 USA, blood?
In it, gold plus one. Who cares?
Watching
about
Only
gold,
Fools and
fam?
Horses.
When they're on Nigerian TV as well.
Ben
Like
TV.
801.
Isn't that Ben TV? Ben
Oh
TV.
my
What was
days.
Cartoon Network? It was like 600, wasn't it? 601.
601.
Yeah.
I think they had like 601.
Like
to, like,
Jetix. and
Jetix,
like
all them
Nickelodeon
things.
Junior.
Those were the days, man.
Those were actually the days. Like Cartoon Network.
I remember when I was in school, when we was in Thomas More, yeah?
Yeah.
What, year 7 maybe? I used to be it's gonna sound so nerdy. I used to be a massive Tracy Beaker.
Bro.
So did I, fam. I can't even lie.
I was
So
going
did
to say this. Yeah.
Fam, I used to run down the hill to get the train home so I can watch Tracy Beaker, fam.
Yeah.
After school.
I'm not even gonna lie. In my big age, I used to watch. I'm gonna say it now, innit? So
Yeah.
I used to watch like CBBC. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to watch these two things called one called like the Sparkle Mystery Project or something like that.
Hold on. How old are we talking?
It's old enough, fam.
No. You got over the age. You got over the age. How old are we talking?
Alright, let me finish. And then
Man's gonna say
also I used to watch the Sarah Jane Adventures, yeah, which is basically like the kids version of Doctor Who. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say
I didn't used to like that.
I think how old was I?
Sarah Jane, that sounds like
16.
off a P-Hub.
Yeah, I think I was about 16, fam.
Really? I thought you were going to say Roly Poly.
No,
I used to watch that back in the day. Do you know what I used to
I
watch?
used to be on at like 5 in the morning before when I was getting ready to go ball sometimes.
Yeah, this
yeah.
one.
Or 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐬.
Yeah. Goalies was sick. Did anyone used to watch Bernard's Watch?
yes, yeah.
That I used to wish for that watch.
wish that I had to watch, fam.
Yeah,
I had to watch
yeah.
that still. Yeah,
And the
Yeah.
Queen's nose.
yeah.
The Queen's nose. Rub the Queen's
Remember,
nose and get a
I
wish.
never used to watch that.
Do you know what I used to
CBBC?
do? Yeah? When so in secondary school, I used to do this madness. Don't ask me why; it don't make no sense. But I used to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, go downstairs, push the settee right up to the TV, and sit and watch like TV.
Sex
up
Era.
and- No, not even that. Like this would be like the first. This would be the first cartoons.
Yeah.
That are on. So you know where you used to have like I can't remember. You used to have
He was
like,
one of them
Shark-
weird
Shark
kids,
Man.
innit?
You remember
Shark
that
Man.
Push the man said push
the comic Batman.
Yeah, and that will come up on.
Batman Begins.
Batman Universe or whatever. It was Batman
I think it was
Forever.
Batman.
Batman
something.
Forever.
Yeah.
Batman Begins.
Yeah, so I would,
Batman Begins.
So
Yeah,
I would
right,
wake up
sorry.
at 4 a.m. 4 a.m.
on a school day.
on a school day. Go like push the settee right up to the TV.
Your man's underneath the TV.
Yeah, and then, so basically what it would be like is like the settee's here, yeah, and I'd be chilling on the settee and the TV's like just here.
Do you know what?
Right in
He
front.
watched too much TV because that's what cartoon characters used to do. Like Dexter and them, like just sit.
yeah,
in front
but
of the
basically,
TV,
yeah.
like-
And then I'll bring my covers downstairs and everything like that. Then
How did you get away with not waking no one up?
Don't know, fam. I just did it. I just did it, and then
around
it
the
got to the
yards.
point where, and then I would leave out early to go to school. The only reason why I go early is because remember we used to play ball
on the playground
we used to
before
play
school.
ball like a good hour,
Yeah.
a good hour before school started. So we'd play ball.
Yeah.
So that's the only time I'd leave out, and then because my parents couldn't understand why I was still getting late detentions for lateness.
Because man is leaving out 2 hours before school.
2 hours before school, playing ball, and I'm still late. And my parents were like, "No, but you've left out." Though.
Yeah. What are you doing?
They
What
thought
are
man
you
is selling
doing?
drugs on the corner before school. Fam.
Oh man, it was mad still.
Man will get to school quick, fam.
Yeah, man.
Man's gonna play ball.
Yeah, I was just around the corner, fam. You know what I mean? So-
That was the highlight of our school days.
Do you know
was
what?
playing
Yeah,
ball.
playing football at lunchtime.
Before school.
I know you lot. I used to play after school with
lunchtime.
you lots. In that cage.
But
Yeah, I used to play.
by the
Yeah,
library,
yeah.
by the library.
Yeah.
That was the only reason why school was calm.
yeah.
Get in school early to kick ball on the concrete,
Yeah. Literally.
and then lunchtime.
Literally.
Lunchtime was lit though.
When you think about it, like, man used to just spread the play, fam.
How was
I
you
used to-
lots?
I used to
I was gonna say I used to love when you used to have like PE, like first block or whatever. Used to love having like PE
period.
or first period having like PE or like DT or food tech or one of them easy ones. You know, it's gonna be a nice setup for the day.
chill, you know.
Do you know what the best one was, sir?
We got PE last period.
Not even that. I think we had tutor and then we had double P.
Yeah.
Double P.
Sick.
That was like half the day gone.
Yeah. Because I can't remember what
I love that.
I can't remember what PE class you was in, but there was two. and there was ones with like the ballers. And there was one where they had
I went in that group.
you went, yeah. So there was one where I think like one or two
had no
ballers were
ballers
with like just the rest of them that
Yeah,
man that just
yeah.
don't play ball.
Yeah, bro. That
But
was
yeah,
me.
every time we would get to the 11-a-side pitch, it was like Mr. Gannon. Oh,
You know what? Yeah.
On it from, yeah.
In the
What
shorts.
was?
Shout him
I
out.
want to ask.
Honourable
You,
shout.
Shout out Gannon. I wonder if he's still. Do you think he's still teaching?
I wasn't going to say that.
So you're
Sorry, my bad, fam.
No, but he was old. When we was in year 7, he was old.
yeah. He was in his 60s. He must have been in his 60s.
It's not funny. It's not. Anyways, I was gonna ask you. What was you like?
But that's a
you know,
relevant. That's a relevant point. Is he still kicking it?
I'm going to have to ask someone, you know.
he might be.
Intended.
I was gonna ask you, like, obviously it was ball every lunch and that, yeah. But when you lot started getting interested in girls, yeah, and you started mixing it up, what was your lunch times like?
What's the what?
What was your lunch times like?
Still kick ball, fam.
Still keep
No, because you know what, yeah, because I would kick ball, and then I might, or before I start kicking ball, I might go chill with like first, first break.
It changed.
You know, you got first break.
you
Like
make it
14.
Nah, bro.
15.
Yeah.
Bro,
No.
Bricks was ball, fam.
No, I
for
know.
you.
For me,
Oh.
ball was life, innit? Like,
yeah.
ball was life. Anywhere there's ball, we're there. But there was a moment where girls came into the equation and I would chill with girls for a bit.
Yeah.
Like, at lunchtime, you eat your food first, and then after you eat your food,
Then go catch
you
like
go-
the last 15 minutes.
see what
of
I'm
ball.
saying? And you
Yeah.
bang
I
ball.
get it, I get it.
Because them times they was curious. You know what I'm saying?
I think for us, that time was after school on the bus back home.
Yeah.
That was our time to kind of like mingle.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was the best time.
And lotioning time was even on MSN after school, fam.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
my
Remember
goodness.
ducking home
To
try
jump on
and-
MSN to chat to someone that you was just chatting to.
You had a
at school.
webcam as well. You had a little icon
Oh
on
my
the
God,
webcam.
you were
You were winning.
I couldn't really do it. I saw people's webcam, but I didn't really have
I didn't have the webcam.
Yeah. But I saw people's webcam.
Yeah.
But like,
I had
just
a webcam, but
in
mine
school,
broke. Then I didn't have a webcam.
you know, when you find that sweetheart like in school, and it's like your sweetheart, like, and
Yeah,
you're
no, I hear you.
You know what I mean? And you just
You
kind
might
of
as well tell the people what you did.
go back, shed, and start lips up and touch up and.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Or get late to lesson.
Listen to this, fam. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what's so crazy? I was actually thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, I was thinking about it as well, you know. And
Happened.
the thing is, like, I don't think anyone believed me, but I swear to God, like I wasn't going to, because like not through lack of like or trying to be ahead of the game or anything. I wasn't trying to link the person, but I wasn't that confident to do that anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Let me tell the story.
So
Yeah.
basically, yeah. Oh God, let me wrap this up quick.
Yeah, you wrap this up. Yeah. Alright, cool. So I remember.
And tell it right too.
Yeah. Alright, let me here. Let me get this right. So there's a point in time. Was it year 8?
I think it might have been.
I think it was maybe back end of year 7, year 8. Going into year 8. This is when MSN was hot. So everyone was on MSN hot every day after school for hours. No,
Everybody, yeah.
yeah.
You're chatting to people individually. There was no group chats. Just individually.
10 boxes open, 15 boxes. Alright, cool. I remember there's one guy called Esteban. Shout out Esteban. Wherever you are in the world now, bro, shout you out. I remember he had this fake MSN account that he had made, innit? And then I don't know how it came about. I remember me and Esteban started talking about it. And then it was like, Esteban said to me like, "Raw, why don't we try and set Sean up?"
Oh no, I don't remember why he chose me.
I don't get it.
I was very.
So what? You lot catfished him?
Alright, cool. So this is, and so do you know? So obviously now when you look back at it, it's like, raw. That was actually a mad move because that's meant to be your bedroom, and you were setting up your bedroom to get.
At the time, I was thinking, nah.
So alright, cool. So Esteban's got this fake account. He's like, raw, Sion. He came to me.
Headhunted.
I was like, Sion, I got this fake account. Chat to Sean like he's like you're a girl, and try and get him to meet you somewhere in Croydon. It's by a wit gift. I remember this.
Shula was watching him just spin around.
I remember this clearly. So I remember I'd gone home, signed into the account. I was chatting to Sean.
on the account, Sean was lotioning, bro. Spitting some bars, yeah. Oh, I remember at one point I was like, no, this is bad. But I was creasing and I was there. I was like,
man's catching
All I
feelings,
remember,
you know.
I remember there was one point where
You know, in my school, you got whacked up for that.
I think
can't even lie.
someone
Brethren or
asked
no
me
brethren.
what, like the account asked me, what you doing? I said, be right back, and I was like, they were like, oh, where you going? I said, I'm putting in chips. I'm putting in chips. Be right back. Like,
I remember he's like BRB, making some other food.
Yeah. And then I think
Hey, you know that meme?
supposed to link.
You know that meme? Do you know what meme I'm talking about? You know that meme when the little boy's on his bed and he's got bare love and he's just like, that was putting in the chips like,
Bro. And I remember
nice.
what
was the girl's name?
I can't remember. Do you remember?
Lorena.
Lorena.
I remember.
He said that with pain.
my
He said it with pain in his chest, man.
remember it,
Man said
fam.
Lorena. Where did you find that name?
Lorena. Lorena.
It's like Respucia.
And you know it's mad because if you hear the name Lorena, you're thinking, oh, that name sounds sexy. Like,
Yeah, but I would question, is that real, fam?
man, it's mad because this team.
Yeah, no, I hear you, I hear you.
The Emerson had no DP. It was a blank DP.
No DP.
I swear
I'm sure it was blank.
I'm sure it was a lighty, fam.
Was it a lie?
It was a lighty.
Oh, you got hooked to the light.
Yeah,
You
I
hooked.
got hooked to the lighty, fam.
Anyways,
Probably
I
why don't like them
remember
now.
operation was going smooth. Esteban come in next day. Was like, I said, yeah, man, he's chatting to me. It's like, cool, working it. I remember there was
I
one
was
day.
just listening to Esteban, fam.
I don't know. I was young and I was just mischievous.
Yeah, just dumb, fam.
I remember one day.
How did you have the guts to look at your brethren in the eyes,
bro?
But I just remember they where it stopped was something like they was talking about linking up or whatever, and I think I was talking about like obviously linking up, but at this time,
So wait, can I ask a question?
yeah,
Did you talk to the mandem about this girl?
I don't.
Did it?
No,
Actually, no. Did I?
Hold on. So
I think I might have mentioned something to someone else, but it wasn't you.
I was about to say.
So what happened after? So what happened when he was like lotioning up the whole
So it
conversation?
was lotion. So then we decided. So I was like, raw. Like I remember I made the move to link in it. So I was like, raw. Like come meet me after school. I was like, come meet me after school. Set up a location, a time, everything.
Yeah.
I remember I went back to Esteban. I was like, bro, like it's set. And then I remember Esteban was gonna be there, like recording, Sean roll up to nobody or to one of us, innit?
Yeah. But honestly,
But then how did it come out? I think
can't remember.
one of us let it loose.
Yeah, and then what? Did someone say something?
I think someone said something.
Oh,
But
man's heart was destroyed.
Yeah, but honestly, I wasn't gonna do it though because
Pete.
like I feel
Yeah, he says that now.
no. No, honestly,
his heart was
I'll tell
destroyed.
you.
Man's gonna roll up with flowers.
I'll tell you, like I didn't have that confidence yet. to like,
yeah.
Just
But your heart,
link
you was
someone.
hurt though, fam. Because
I was more
you must
hurt
have
just for the
spoke-
fact that it was them.
Yeah, bro.
Fair.
To this day, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. That was
I can't lie, bro. You know, if it was my brethren in school, you'd have had to come outside.
But do you know what?
You're good, bro.
Yeah.
No, do you know what?
You're
you
good
know
still.
me.
I'm not. It's facts.
To my defense, yeah, we was young.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah, bro. Yeah, 8. What's that? 12.
Bro, me and
Nah, I know what you mean.
Me and my
Nah,
brethren
really
in
and
school used to
truly,
have fist fights
I
for
should've
calling
punched
each other's
up you.
names.
I should have punched up you and Esteban, fam.
We've
I think-
had fist fights for calling
Yeah.
each other's names.
Yeah. I know.
Names in class, you know, you're just cussing it, turn serious because
yeah,
it's getting heated.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
before you know it, you're wacky, like it's mad.
But yeah.
So
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, that's why I didn't feel,
Esteban's
I didn't
a
feel
wrong
too
one, fam.
deep about it because
I would
I
have.
didn't think I was gonna. I didn't think I was gonna meet that person anyway. But just for the sheer fact that
It was the man them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have felt cut up because when you're young, yeah, your emotions, you don't know your emotions are raw, blood.
yeah.
So when you see a girl that you like, you're chatting to every day, it's like raw, like nah, I'm gonna make this one my wife.
yeah, you know what?
I'm
I've
gonna
been
make this one my
catfished
wife.
another time on Emerson actually. You know,
Swear down.
all now,
twice.
I don't know who it is. Could have been one greasy fat guy on the other side.
So what? You lot was adding people you didn't know?
No. So this one was via Bieber.
Oh yeah.
This one was via
Bieber. There's bare perverts.
And I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know how they did it, but I was speaking. She was from America.
Hey,
She's from America.
this one wasn't me, guys.
Yeah, she was from America, and she, they must. Yeah, but I called her, and she said she was from Miami. I called her, and she had an American accent and all that, so I thought that was cool, innit? But obviously, I don't know. I don't. There was nothing that ever manifested from that. Do you know what I mean? But
this is news to me.
But
bro.
yeah, that one was a madness though.
But do you remember when like Like for example, yeah, you see that this Lorena, was it Lorena?
Lorena, yeah, fam.
You see, like, do you remember when you were so excited to meet potentially? Yeah. You remember you were so excited to potentially meet someone because back then you only really kind of knew what was going on in a certain age group.
Yeah.
That makes sense because we didn't have access to everything that we do now.
Yeah, it's true.
All you knew is that you knew certain people, or you knew that, or
Unless
like
you hung
think,
around
you're
other
like, bro,
people.
like this could be a new link. And like, I don't know that girl from that school. And
Back then, everyone was fresh.
do you know what I mean? It was just, it was different. Trying
I
to,
used to talk to someone from Peterborough, fam. Like I used to talk to someone from Peterborough, and we was chatting for time. And I remember like she had a cousin's wedding in Newcastle, and she's like, "Oh, you should come." These times I'm like 14, fam. And then I remember when I said to my dad, I was like, "Yeah, can I have some money to get a coach to go up to Newcastle?"
You must have been looking at you
He
like,
looked at you like, what?
Do you remember when we was
I
chatting?
ran up the house bill as well, the house phone bill.
Do you remember we were chatting to those girls from Peterborough?
Yeah.
And we went down there on a double.
Yeah. They know, they all part of the. Actually, are they? No, they're not actually.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
Forget that.
I used to
Scratch
speak
that.
to someone from America as well, but I knew her because she used to go to my school here, but she moved to America.
Oh, okay.
But her accent had changed and that. You know when you know someone from primary school,
Yeah.
then you meet them again when they're growing, so they're in secondary school.
Yeah,
So it's like I'm now a man. Well, my voice is broken. I look different. I'm going through puberty.
Through
She's
the
going
changes.
through puberty. Man, the voice was sweet. Bro, say that again. say that again. You know what I mean?
yeah.
No, stop.
Can't lie. We could carry this on.
You got me started, fam. I want to go into bare stories,
I
bro.
know. You know what?
Must
Yeah,
have
we might have to make the part 2 of this.
Part 2, yeah.
Part
And
two.
It's when you used to find a girlfriend at youth centre or one girl that you clicked with and go Fort Park, X No Way Out. Oh my gosh.
Say, come on, corner.
and then you argue and you find an ex girl.
You're not my girlfriend anymore.
Yeah, my girlfriend.
Everyone's getting upset. Like,
I got
nah.
me, babes.
Oh man, kids are funny. Bro.
Trust me, fam.
Kids think they're adults and they're not.
Honestly.
No word, but
know
that's
what
how we
fit
used to be.
That's what I'm saying. Like, kids, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like,
when you're
it's
adults and
funny,
it's
fam.
uni times, like you think that you're.
Uni.
But,
Oh man. Anyway, that's it. We've
But
got
yeah, man.
part 2 for that coming soon.
We finished with that one. Episode
tired,
60.
Episode 60, man.
60, man. Another
Enter
milestone.
into another
Yeah,
milestone, man.
Yeah, man.
Into the 60s now.
Been here with Shorts.
Been here with Axe.
But there is shapes.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna hear from us for a while. We're gonna go on a little break.
Little
Well-deserved
detox
break.
and
hiatus.
We've been consistent throughout 2022. Gonna take a break,
But not a
not a break.
not
break.
like-
But
Just to recharge the batteries.
yeah, just get firmly plant our feet.
pause.
Recharge the batteries.
no, I heard you. Sorry, man.
But yeah, we've got some stuff cooking for you in 2023.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, man, just obviously
list
you won't
of-
hear us for a bit, but don't forget us. We've got a whole list of a catalog of content for you to listen to and watch as well on the YouTube. So
Might be some
Listen.
stuff out over the Christmas as well.
Yeah.
Not mine. There will be.
there will
Yeah,
be.
we'll
Yeah,
do
we've got some
things.
reaction videos. So listen, watch out for that as well. Let us know how you feel. Yeah.
the funny
So
stuff.
yeah, we got some
missed
stuff
out
coming,
still,
man.
man.
But if we go quiet, over this period, we wish you a very Merry Christmas.
And a very, very, very happy new year.
Yeah, very happy New Year. Actually, in fact, this will come out on Boxing Day. So yeah, obviously, I hope you had a great
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Happy New Year, and see you guys in the new year, man.
Yeah, man. We'll be
Peace
back
out.
again.
Yeah,
Peace out.
DCB, aka
AKA
Chargy D,
AKA
Angle Man Dan.
Signing out.
Gang,
Merry
gang.
Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
Merry Crimbo.